Good afternoon. I am just back from a major camping trip that it was very fun. Genuinely, we went out like a 2-hour drive from town. It was a farm area in this like hilly place. It honestly looked like England. But aside from that, it was very enjoyable. The food, the hiking, the activities that we did, it was great. And something that I wanted to really stress is that for this camping trip, I tried my best not to use my phone. I mean, there wasn't even any Wi-Fi there, so I couldn't do much except play games and, watch pre-recorded stuff. But I tried to really use as many of an opportunity to interact with both my peers that I was there with, as well as the camp instructors, just the people that were trying to make the experience enjoyable for us. And I think I did a pretty good job. And I'll make different videos talking about different aspects of this and things that I've learned. But for this video, I wanted to explain one scenario that happened that I think you could benefit from if you want to make friends with new people. And that is something known as the friendship formula. And the friendship formula goes something along the lines of proximity plus duration plus... Okay, so duration plus frequency plus proximity plus intensity equals friendship. It's a simple formula. And during my camping trip, I met one of the younger instructors there. He was exactly my age, 17. And I think we struck up a pretty good friendship. It started at the campfire that we had. It was an experience and a half, both good and bad. But we ended up sitting next to each other. I sat next to him. And from there, I just started asking him basic questions. Well, not basic in the sense of like, how are you doing? Where are you from? Not those kinds of questions. I mean questions that, for one, are interesting, at least for him, and two, can actually lead to a back and forth. So I chose hobbies. What hobbies does he do? From there, it was extremely enjoyable to learn that he does blacksmithing and carpenting and pretty much anything with his hands, which I thought was very impressive. And from there, he explained pretty much the things that he liked to do in his free time, which mainly revolved around making weapons like axes and hammers, and he would like to do a sword, and other things like archery too. From there, we started talking about politics, not in a, intense way, more of just, woof, that's interesting. And facts about history as well, like a story about a guy who had a beard so long that when a fire broke out in his castle, he ended up tripping and falling because he stepped on his beard walking down the steps. And just goofy stuff like this. Additionally, I have a free 10-page PDF guide talking all about charisma and easy ways to be more likable in your school. It is so easy to implement. So click the link down below to get it. All the while was using the 4 aspects, which was duration. We spent like, I think 2 hours sitting there chatting. Frequency. Duration and frequency are kind of like a scale, you could say. When one goes maybe lower, like for example, if duration is lower, frequency probably goes up. For example, I have another friend that I see every day at school, and it's only around 30 minutes then, but because the frequency is higher, because we see each other every day, the duration is lower. So for this example with the guy I met at the camp, his duration was much higher because we spent a while together, even though the frequency was not that high. As well as proximity. Once again, we were sitting right next to each other. And intensity. We were talking about things that we both actually thought was interesting, and not just the basic, how are you, where are you from, oh that's nice, did you like it there, that stuff. So at the end of it, I even ended up getting his WhatsApp and we both have a love of art, which is another good thing, because when you find something that you connect over, like art for me and him, then it drives the conversation further than it may have if you were to ask boring, basic questions. So, sorry this is all over the place. I really just came back now. I'm very tired, but I wanted to record this video ASAP to make sure that, you're getting as much information from me as quick as possible. So, what else? What else is there? Yes, so when you're having these conversations, it's important to let the other person talk as much as possible. Try to keep the interruptions to a minimum. I cannot stress this enough. Interrupting somebody, even if they have something very, very boring to say and you have something very interesting to say, interrupting somebody when they're talking will not end with them liking you more. And I'm assuming if you want to make friends, a way to get them to like you is by letting them speak. I assume you would agree with that. And additionally, if you have a friend that maybe you're not so close with, it probably means one of these 4 pillars, not endurance, that is not one, duration, frequency, proximity, intensity. One of them is probably not being met. So try to maintain it. But if the friendship is dying down and you're completely fine with that, then continue to decrease some of these aspects. Maybe if you see them kind of arbitrarily once every few weeks, then simply decrease it to once a month or something like that. From there, they'll probably start to distance themselves to other people that will maintain the 4 pillars. And yeah, I think that should be it. I hope you found this helpful. And remember, take action, learn from failure. See ya.